Good morning. As I have a conversation this morning, uh, and those of you who are not up, well, you can hear it, I guess, later in the day or throughout the weekend. I probably won't do anything else for the rest of the weekend. But top of the morning to everybody who's up. What is it? 7:28 a.m. January 24th. Mm. Excuse me. You can tell it's on early because I have y'all know that it's kind of baritonish, but early in the morning. Hey, Teresa. Good morning. I want to start with, dog, I forgot to put it in the title. Uh, I forgot to put it in the title. I want to talk about my hometown's local politics really quickly. Those of you who are from Memphis, just kind of, I want to talk about this one topic really quickly before I get into what y'all see in the titles, YouTube and Facebook. I'll go back and edit and put Memphis local politics in the title in the future. And so, for those of you who know, if it has not made national news, but definitely local news, town of Memphis, Tennessee, they had these board members who we hired a new superintendent. They just hired her back in April. Now, in December of 24, or something around that time, they decided they didn't want her anymore. But I put a post on my Facebook page because I knew this was coming. I know the mind eating Negro, and also I know the mind of women hating on other women. The, they hired a woman by the name of Fagan, and if you see her, if you saw a picture of her, just look up Dr. Fagan in Memphis politics. They hired her. Obviously, her credentials passed the vibe test. She obviously presented well in all the interviews she had to go through. So they decided, hey, this is the person for us. And when I saw this lady, when I heard her, when I saw her picture, by the way, the Memphis Shelby County School Board is made up of majority women, sisters, and they're not very attractive women. Yeah, I'm getting into the petty because I know the mind of our people. I've been black, 55 years now. And in another few days, 56 years. Shout out to all Aquariuses, by the way. I'm gonna try not to veer off, but Aquariuses just rule. But anyway, I said, look at this lady. She is pretty. She is human size. Hell, as petite as she is, it might be between 4 and 7. 7, 6. I don't even think she up to an 8. Well put together. Her hair down her back and healthy and fluffy. Brown skin, cute sister out of Detroit. I think her last position was Detroit Independent School District or Detroit School System, something like that. Don't start me the line. But when I saw her and the way she presented, I said those toads on that Memphis Shelby County School Board, they were not going to keep this lady. Then when she came in taking care of business. She started clearing out all of the bad rubbish. She started removing people from seats, meaning positions in the school board, who basically have been sucking up a paycheck while the students read. I don't know while the numbers show that the kids are barely reading at grade level. I think 3 or 4% of those 100,000 plus kids in the Memphis Shelby County school system, they're barely reading at grade level. And the Memphis Shelby County school system generates or is over damn near $1 billion budget annually. And so where all this money going? And so she came in and said, okay, lazy bones, you can get back in the classroom. You've been sitting ours in this office, this cushy office position. She was doing a whole lot of moving and grooving. It meaning she was breaking down, she was dismantling the old guard of how they were sucking up the funds for themselves, and the children not benefiting. That's me interpreting what I saw. And you know, when you go into a system that's been running a certain way for so long, and you come in there thinking you finna change that good old boy, good old girl system, oh no, you finna run to surprise. All of a sudden, these toads, led by a really horned toad, I think, and they throw her name out, Tawana Murphy, just a bitch. But not because of this, but if y'all know her history, it's a lot of undiagnosed grown people running around this country, and a lot of undiagnosed folks running around in my hometown who are always trying to jump in political races. And she's one of those obviously diagnosed women, not attractive. And she got other unattractive women to go with her to gang up on this attract black woman. Yeah, I'm saying Rico, it's got to be more than that. No, they've made up some stuff and they're still pushing it. I said this woman is too cute. She's too coiffed, too well put together, too articulate for the pea brains in my hometown in that administration. They had a guy before them, but he was allegedly trading for positions. Yeah, just go read. Okay, and so they did a vote in December, whatever, and the people kind of like, oh hell no, we're not gonna let y'all do this to this sister, hell no. And so they delayed the vote until recently, this past week or so. They were able to convince others to live by these unattractive horned toads, these women, able to get others to join them in and getting this lady and terminating her contract a couple of days ago. And the people are upset. Then what's so interesting about this is immediately during that same meeting, they already had an interim. They didn't even do an interim search. They already had an interim. It was this guy, when you see him on the news, I think his name is Dr. Roger Richmond. Now, I'm from Memphis. I've been on 17 years. But before I left, I'd heard about him for years. But you know, they've had at least 3 incidents since I left, and probably more. But did you know something? He been in that administration, because he'll tell you, I've been in administration 31 years. All those years, they never as being a candidate or someone worthy of even being in the running to superintendent. Did y'all hear what I just said? Now, all of a sudden, these horned toads, they, right at that meeting, chose to be the interim. As soon as they ousted the very credible sister, they got him. I said, wait a minute, something ain't right. You mean 31 years? I'll say 20 years of being as it moved up. All these searches for superintendents that the city has had, they never considered you. But all of a sudden now, when she came in and shook up the place, they pulled you in. I said, see, Stevie Wonder could see the foolishness in this. And the city of Memphis have responded, and they are working on getting all of these folks that went against this lady strictly, in my opinion, for how she looks. I know they're gonna come out. No, that's not it. They all kind of paperwork, but I'm telling you, I know the mind of the petty Negro. I do. And so, especially my hometown, man. Oh my God, there's some idiots there, a whole lot. And they're the ones they're in these jobs running the city. Y'all know the statistics on Memphis, and they're not Asian. And so, they got this guy, and they got videos of him. When I guess people emotions were high, they were like saying, no, you I guess saying stuff to him that he didn't like. He's telling them, don't come for me. Don't come for me. So he's getting his chance to be interim, but I'm here to tell you it's not going to be fruitful for the students. It's going to go back to business as usual because they picked somebody, obviously, that they could trust to take it back to business as usual. And the money, in my opinion, going back to those hands that she had taken it out of. Also, she was getting rid of these wasteful contracts. They were also mad. This white guy who has this huge after-school program contract with the school board. I think it's like worth like $3 a year. And she She must have looked at it and she like, no, I don't want to renew that contract. It's something about it is not right. These are my words. But you know what? That white guy and his white staff had the nerve to try to confront this lady in public in the parking lot. And I ain't heard nobody go up to him and to snatch his ass out of his office and whoop him in his parking lot. Yeah, he literally walked up. Oh, she had to press charges. Because more than all this against this one. Because what she did was she disrupted the good old boy, good old girl network that been going on in Memphis County school system for decades. And so all of a sudden now, this particular guy is peeled up out of obscurity, out of the come on, y'all. Y'all just fill in the blanks. There's some foolishness going on. But one of the state representatives have taken the initiative introduced to the State House in Nashville a piece of legislation that would allow Memphis and Shelby County citizens to recall politicians who they believe is not doing to do or maybe crooked or whatever. So giving them the right to recall. We need to recall the District 7 City Council person out of North Memphis. Trash. That's my district, my hometown. So she's somewhat attractive, but she is trash. And y'all want to know the connection? I know to my Divine Nine. Y'all finna get mad again. Majority of these folks that sit in these seats of city council, school board, all that, they're all members of Divine Nine. Now, y'all fill in the blanks. We all hear about a school system failing, a city that's riddled with crime, a whole lot. In my hometown, they like to promote rap stuff. They don't like to, those Divine Nine elected officials, they don't ever promote anything that serves as something that can be economically or educationally empowering for the hood or the inner cities. You know what they do in my hometown? They give them rap music, rap fest. They just announced a future rap concert or rap hip hop show, some foolish. They never propose anything that would put money in the pockets of the poor people or the inner city folks in Memphis. And it's the same thing across all these sanctuary cities. Divine Nine under leadership. HBCUs that are failing, Divine Nine are the leadership. I'm just telling y'all research this. I know what I see. So anyway, Memphis is full of Divine Nine. And also I just learned that there's a little mini backlash that's going on. Good. Hell, because Steve Coakley been trying to tell us about these folks, Boule, Divine Nine, black gatekeepers. They've been trying to, Steve Coakley, Dr. Henry Clark, they've been trying to tell us. So now, after this election, everybody's antennas seem to be on high. So good. As I guess that's considered a pop from this recent election. Because now black folks running around with this, just silliness. Doom and gloom. And what brings me to this, all of a sudden, America's a racist country. All of a sudden we have Hitler and racists and all that in the White House with this administration. Like we hadn't had any of this in the past administration before that. Oh yeah, they were all Democrats, so no, whites aren't racist. They don't Heil Hitler. They don't do any of that. That's the part that kind of boggles the mind. Good morning, Pro Reacher. Good morning. I said that's very amazing. How black Americans only see racism when they're Republicans. So you know why I keep bringing up Dr. John Henry Clark? Well, y'all know why I keep talking about Dr. Claude Anderson? I keep talking about Malcolm X, Dr. Francis Cresswell, Neely Fuller, because our scholars taught us about the game. Malcolm X said it plainly. You got the fox and the wolf. See, the wolf lets you know when his teeth are already grinding, he finna come in the chicken coop and make up some hens and chicken roosters. He in there to straighten his business up. But the fox come in like, I'm a vegetarian. I don't eat no meat. Then they leave the chicken coop, mouth full of blood, feathers everywhere. And Negroes look at it, they see the chicken slaughtered, but they'll look at the fox and still say, I don't believe he did that. He said he's a vegetarian, and I believed him. You know, when a white Democrat tells you, if you don't know whether to vote for him or the other candidate, you ain't black. These Negroes like, I don't believe he said that. I don't think he. I don't want my kids to go to a racial jungle. They don't. Oh no, he wasn't talking about black kids. I'm telling you, man, it is. Whoo. Because any criticism you have about the Trump administration, all that, a lot of it is legitimate, a lot of it is just a bunch of bullshit. But my problem is, I have a lot of criticism about Trump, but I ain't seen or heard nothing that Clinton did, Obama did and said, Biden Harris, this broad said, oh no, I'm not going to do anything specifically for black people, no. As she traveled to Africa, trying to force Africans to accept homosexuality. God damn. As she made, and Asians got money specific. So, black folks, y'all have to do better, man. If y'all like a copy of my black book list to get you more educated, get your brain more balanced, just hit me up, Rico Rivers MSW, $Rico Rivers MSW, and I will send you a copy of my black book list. Because we need to get this reading started. Because in my mind, I said, you know, I think black people stopped reading in 1999. Because in the 90s, we had neo-soul, black consciousness, like the last decade of black consciousness. Right now, we so unconscious, it's ridiculous. We right here crying about stuff don't even bother, don't even matter, don't even affect us. Ooh, Trump to stop DEI. What is we gonna do? What we've been doing for 400 years. To work, making it happen. What the fuck y'all talking about? And then you go look at the actual recipients and those who benefit from DEI. Black, the bottom of the damn list. The top is white women, the next is homosexuals. If they was black that got a DEI job in a white space, Divine Nine, or they was homosexual. The masses of black people didn't benefit from the DEI. Come on, y'all. I'm telling y'all, be able to start listening, go back and reread Malcolm X's book and look at his speeches, because y'all acting kind of slow. He mass deporting people and separating families. Everybody did that. When Obama was president, they were in the cages. Biden was president in the cages. It's like we can notice everybody else's injustice except for our own. I'm going to point out something that Negroes act like they didn't even see. I saw it. Do y'all remember when those 13,000 Haitians came to the border? I mean, blacker than blue. And I didn't know America had this ability to do this. So I pay attention when others are in La La Land, I guess. They were at the border. Now, the El Salvadorans, Hondurans, Mexicans, everybody else that looked white and spoke Spanish. Nisha Lloyd, you're right. DEI, just like affirmative action. I'm going to get back to the border thing in a minute. You're right, Nisha Lloyd. I said that's all it was. And you know affirmative action, we all talk about this. Who benefited from affirmative action? Not us, white women and homosexuals. And Asians, and handicapped, everybody, and immigrants, everybody benefited from that affirmative action that's supposed to be specifically for black folks. How come some Negro male in one of these no, fool. DEI was created to put black bodies in white spaces. Y'all ain't paying attention to what the scholars keep telling y'all. Every time it's something for us, they start off in the beginning, but then next thing you know, they crowd it out. You know, like you black folks that got these nonprofits, and all of a sudden you add a white person to your board. Then another one, next thing you know, your whole mission has been cream black coffeeed out. But that might have went over some folks' heads. So, yeah. And so at that border, 13,000 Haitians there, all of a sudden, horses running down on them. They never ran down on the white-looking Hispanics. Never. You never had that issue. They're talking about doing stun gunning or chasing them down on horses. Never. Let those actual black, blue people down there. And then they always talk about somebody, well, they're seeking asylum from what's going on in their country. Let me educate y'all some more on what the hell went on that day. 2 days before those Haitians made it to the southern border, made it to the border, the entire country of Haiti was riddled, rocked with a major quake. Then before that, it is this ongoing war that's been funded by outside entities that hated to keep the foolishness going on. They were leaving war. I'm sorry, yeah, these little wars and violence and a goddamn earthquake that broke the entire island. And so they came to the border. The Biden Harris administration helicopter those folks back to the destruction. Y'all saw it. Y'all see what I see. Because y'all been told by MSNBC and CNN to hate Donald Trump. And I know somebody said, there he go, defending. I'm not defending Jack. What I'm doing is putting out the reality, what is actually going on, and those of us who pretend not to see what's going on. I keep telling y'all, go back and read what the scholars wrote. They tried to tell us for at least 70 to 100 years. A lot of them died poor, they died angry, depressed, or they withered away in some old folks home they gave their lives trying to teach Negroes what you swear Jesus Christ taught you. It's amazing. Yeah, y'all don't obey that either. So what am I talking about? Y'all don't look for that as guidance either. Nietzsche Lord said the format was specifically for us, but I digress. You're right. A lot of stuff that's specifically black folks. Hell, even a white woman had to say it. What's about? Y'all made me forget her name. The white woman that white folks get so mad at. She said affirmative action is for black people. And it upset us. It's really upset the white liberals, y'all favorite so-called allies. Ann Coulter. There's her name, Ann Coulter. Yeah, she's talking about polarizing white woman. So, thank you, Niecy. Ann Coulter, that's right. And so, watch them send helicopters, 13,000 blacks back to a legitimately war-torn, earthquake-riddled island country. And now Negro said a word, but all y'all got y'all lips parted. My God, they deporting all these people. Look, if you read the news, if you read the actual thing, he's deporting the people who are being deported. Hell. Oh shit, and she's white, yeah. He's everyone who's here illegally. How come y'all always leave that part out? Illegally. I want to ask every Negro that's upset about this mass deportation. Can you take your black ass to Mexico? I mean, just and get food stamps, housing. You think you take your black ass to Venezuela? Can you? Can you take your black ass to Venezuela? Just sneak in the country. You think you can sneak in there and get free housing, Medicare, driver's license, voters' rights? Oh, can you do all that? Can you take your black ass to Honduras, El Salvador? So I just sit back and I said, Rico, no, you're not insane. These folks, they don't have a problem with drinking any Kool-Aid. It's not just Jim Jones. These Negroes today will drink any flavor Kool-Aid. Don't care what's in it. And I'm like, what happened to the thinking? What happened to the fair and balanced conversations in Black America? There just doesn't seem to exist. And else, about some damn deportation. And then here's another insulting question. This, for me, is just an American thing. Well, if they deport all of the immigrants, who's gonna be the bus boys? Who's gonna do the yard work? Who's gonna pick the oranges? Who's gonna? So you're saying it's? Hold on a minute. Hold on. This shit's so stupid. Negroes, y'all done took on the talking points of white folks. Here's a song that says, it's a gospel song that asks the question or makes it stand. I don't know if it's a question or a statement. It just says this: how I got over, how I got over, how I got over. How I got over. And I think about that. Our experience here. How y'all think we got over? They wasn't getting letting black folks have. Oh, something happened on Facebook. Well, it is. It is. Somebody must have reported it. Well, fuck Facebook. And so, uh, we had the we've been here. It's like we've lost. We've gotten out of touch with who we are as a group, and and our history and our plight here in America. It's the most amazing thing. We're around here stuff that really don't have anything to do with us. They ask the question, "How I got over," or make the statement, and we forgot how our people got over. We were carpenters. We were plumbers, electricians, roofers. Man, we pick cotton, we pick oranges, we pick everything. I know, Mark, yeah. Hold on one second, YouTube. Let me tell my, yeah, I see that. Yeah, I see it. Hell no. Hold on. So, but anyway, like they kicked me off of Facebook, y'all. So, so we're talking about stuff that ain't matter. I guess certain words I'm not supposed to say. I'll learn eventually, right? Facebook, I thought y'all supposed to be no, supposed to be getting rid of all that, allowing free speech to flow. Well, anyway, guess he lied. So anyway, there's such an insulting question that black people. These are what I call white folks talking points on black people. Well, who gonna do that? Who you think picked in the first place? I think what this administration is trying to do, and when they say America first, look, forcing these companies to pay Americans. No, we're not gonna work for no 9 to all day nowhere. What y'all think this is? The 1900s? And a lot of these corporations, they fuel this whole immigrant because they're actually cheating Americans out of wages. I guess that's how they continue to be earning corporations. They don't want Americans. So what they're gonna have to do is start paying Americans. Americans are work for $17, 18, 20, but they'll try to lowball illegal immigrants because they already snuck over here because they don't want to start any mess. So they're taking advantage of the immigrants. That's what's happening. So with this new administration, they just put it all on Front Street. It's up to you to use your brain. So there are a lot of people, a lot of Americans that do all kinds of jobs. But you don't think Americans know how to pick oranges? You don't think Americans know how to go into the farms and do farming? You don't think Americans know how to wait tables, bus dishes, be valet, all this stuff y'all say that Americans do? You don't think they know how to build? I think Americans know how to build houses, build buildings. So they do all that. And also, black people, y'all need to pay attention. You replace class for the immigrants. Now that they're gone, you need to try to be the first in line to go ahead and apply for these construction jobs. If they're picking the oranges or the apples in Florida, y'all need to be the first one and demand $17 to $25. Because that's what this is coming to. This is what this means. The Democratic Party just opened up the floodgates, let some of everybody in here, 11 million. And they were doing that to try to replace you at the black voter because they saw that we were leaving the Democratic plantation. So they'd rather have all kinds of folks, mentally ill, criminals, traffickers, robbers, gang members. They'd rather have them over here just so they can think and they can socialize the criminals into becoming voters for the Democratic Party. Are y'all paying attention? So black people, get out of business that's not yours. Sit back like I'm doing and just watch all this pop off and grab the benefit when it pops off. Because one thing about it, if it says, look, we're for American citizens. If you're an American citizen, get and go get it. All of a sudden now, since this administration is coming, you're not an American anymore. Let me tell you something else that I think is really sick. Y'all don't like, y'all been trained, because can't nobody give me any legitimate reasons for hate Trump. All I know is all of a sudden, when he decided to run for president, all of a sudden now he's a racist. He's a this. And all that could be true. But why, who in the hell vote for somebody because of who you like? Except for immature voters. You vote based on business. How revenue can be brought to your community. How would that impact you? And all aspects of life. You don't vote based on no damn personality. Who does that? But on one end, y'all say, well, you don't have to like nobody to do deals with them. You don't have to like nobody to work with them. But when it comes to the presidency, y'all, is somebody y'all don't like, y'all been told, he's a sexist, he's a misogynistic. All that, who gives a shit? Every president that we had hoes outside the White House. J I can't remember her name, his wife. Um, Jacqueline Kennedy? Yeah. Yeah, but y'all just hold him up in high esteem. Bill Clinton got head but from a little fluffy, chubby chick. Y'all hold him in high self-esteem. Y'all never call him a sexist or misogynistic. Even when he got up there and lied, I do not know that woman. I did not have any sexual relations with that woman. This woman. And they and she kept the dress and everything, but y'all never call him sexist, misogynistic. Even reports when he was the governor of Arkansas, reports allegedly came out of him pinching all the women's asses in in the governor's mansion. But he's never called a sexist, misogynist, and all. I can't take us seriously. We let other people tell us how to think. Again, I read what the scholars wrote. I got to sit in on some of the lectures in the mid to late 90s or 2000s. I got their books. Not all of them, but YouTube has their lectures up there. We need to get what I'm saying is America needs to become intelligent again, meaning in our blackness and our history, because we have really, in the words of Tavis Smiley, I heard years ago, like 2009 or 10, in Knoxville, said as it relates to why black celebrities cannot really help the black community. And he made this statement, and it rings true. He said they got in that thing, that whole system of celebrity and all that, they went too far and stayed too long. That's why they can't. They're compromised. Just like black Americans. We done got caught up in all these ding ass ideals, multiculturalism, DEI, what else? LGBT, immigrant, all the stuff that don't have nothing to do with us. And now it's stupid. And a lot of it's just stubborn pride. You know damn well that the last administration, and Obama and Clinton's, it didn't really push us forward. Rico, do you think this administration is going to push us forward? No, we're going to have to, I don't know. It hadn't been 4 years yet. But I know the 16 to 20, there was some forward action going on. But those black folks who benefited from Trump's presidency from 16 to 20, they're not going to come out now and say out loud, yeah. But when we talk to these black men, these men in private, they say, hell yeah, man, I made plenty of money. Do you understand what America's about? America is a capitalistic country. If you don't have any money, it don't matter. All that other stuff, it don't matter. And y'all know this. So why wouldn't you want a man that's about business to be running the corporation of America? He's had all these failed businesses. Every businessman that you know in books that you buy, if you read his autobiography, if you read his speech, say, I failed at least 4 or 5 times before I got it right. So how come everything else stops at Trump? Yeah, he failed, but shit, he's still worth $7 billion. I heard now he's worth 20, 25 billion. We need to be able to. We also know to get it to our communities. And the folks that we've been elected not bringing no money to these black hoods. Meaning they're educated, they're well versed. That's how they run. That's how they bulldoze you intellectually. Except for people like me, because I've listened to the scholars. They told us about these people 50 to 70 years ago. They come in like Fox to the black community. And they say, yeah, we're going to do this, we're going to change it, and don't do a thing. But all of a sudden, you notice that they're enriched off the black pain of black people. The same stuff accused the Republicans of, and white liberal Jews and all them of, these black Democrats and black Divine Nine do the same thing every day. They don't ever push for, they don't ever push for economic packages to be pushed to their districts where black folks actually get the opportunities to own businesses, money flowing, grants, not damn loans, grants like every other group gets. How y'all think these Arabs, these Asians, these Sudanese or Middle East folks all get business in black neighborhoods? They don't get loans, they get grants. But your black politician knows it because they're the representative of these districts where all these folks got all these clothes. And these urban marts that sell urban Negro clothes and everything, hair and nails, they give them grants. But your black Democratic elected official that's a member of the Divine Nine, they know this, but they don't say nothing. Because they're getting their kickbacks. Yeah, I said it. And so, deportation. So I just want to say, y'all get in on that. The more they remove, the better for you, black folks. Because everything is done is to the detriment of you, of us. And then some, I'm talking about some damn DEI HBCUs. What the hell do you need the DEI at an HBCU for? I'm going to take a minute. See, it lets you know these Negroes have come too far and stayed too long. This multiculturalism, this intersectionality foolishness, this LGBT agenda. Now, HBCUs were created, ask your great grandma or just go to YouTube, go to ChatGPT, and they'll tell you what. HBCUs were originally created, for the most part, I think Howard and Spelman created Howard, like children of plantation on the mulattoes, be educated. For the most part, HBCUs were created to keep them from attending because they didn't want blacks at these white universities. Yeah, they let a W.E. Du Bois there once. They let a few others, one or two out of 30 million go to these white schools back then. But HBCU was created because they didn't want no DEI at these white schools. So HBCUs were created to as a place for us to go, a space for black people to be educated. And I understand. And so what the hell, who is it that we're not including at HBCUs? Is nowhere written historically or even now that black colleges told a Mexican they can't come there. Told a gay person they couldn't come there. Told a Caucasian they didn't come there. None of these groups want to come to black colleges because they don't view them as valuable as PWIs. But I know there's some money exchanged. Hands. So when they get white students at these at the HBCUs, there's some money, extra money for the HBCU, and they get what's called minority scholarships. Isn't that something? See how y'all allow the HBCUs to be violated? And Negro just so happy. HBCUs were created specifically for black people. So that meant since like, hey, y'all going there. That means it shouldn't be a problem we have majority or have all black professors or all black students. Because remember now, they were created so N-words won't come to the black schools. But then you got these, again, black gatekeepers who wanted to be everywhere except for free. They want all the space except for creating their own. These same folks right here got y'all all riled up administration. These Negroes are mad because the gravy train is going over for the next 4 years for them. Y'all ain't paying attention now. You got this damn Jasmine Crockett, Democrat out of Dallas. Compare. And they do it all the time, but y'all don't pay attention. These black Democrats, Divine Nine member blacks, when you ask them about black folks, just keep listening. Yeah, we had the history of black folks, slavery, Malcolm X, Dr. King, slavery. And then they'll say this. We're fighting for black people's rights and March. who only gets into it with white Republicans. All of a sudden, she becomes a superstar because she talks smart. Because she talks smart to white Republicans. That's all you good for? If y'all were to see her district in Dallas, it is a shithole. But just like all of these Divine Nine, the Democrats who have these congressional, state, or local city council or school board districts, they are shitholes. So, having said that, this heifer gets on, it's going around on social media. It's going around, um, um, where she compares the black struggle, the black existence to trans. But y'all the ones, ooh, guess right, Jazz. Get a girl, yes, auntie, yes, Jazz. Cuss her out. But she's still undermining you in your face. Black people. As every black Democrat to say something specifically black, they can't and they won't do it. You know why? Because they understand the code of benign neglect. Benign neglect is you should never offer or ever mention doing anything specifically for black people. The white politicians understand this. The Negroes were given the assignment, they understand it. But you can say anything specific and direct for LGBT, Asians, illegal immigrants, white women, and all these other folks. That's all y'all gotta do. Don't roll your eyes at me. Don't get mad at me. Just pay attention. Talk to your favorite Democrat and ask them to say something specifically, economically, that they will do or can do for black people. You're gonna hear intersectionality, marginalized groups, LGBT. You're gonna hear everything that's included in your black conversation. It's not me, so please, y'all, don't get mad at me. Don't make me the villain. I'm just the messenger because the scholars, they tried to teach us about these people. See, we already know about racism and white supremacy. And yeah, these little Divine Nine black Democrats, liberals, well, they love to mention white supremacy. We already know that. We've been here 400 years. We already know about racism, white supremacy. We know about all of this. But also, you need to know that you live in a capitalistic country if you haven't figured that out by now. I think y'all know because we all work hard to try to pay our monthly mortgage or rent, have some money to at least to, buy food, clothes, transportation. So y'all understand capitalism? Yeah, make this money, get it. Understand it? They'll sell you on. They've sold you. They've thrown you, black people, under the bus for that mighty dollar. Who else? So the rappers know. The drug dealers in your neighborhood, they know about capitalism. They talk about it all the time. They've infected your community, caused addiction throughout the black neighborhood. And please spare me. Well, how you think the drugs got there? Look, we already had this. I'm 55 years old. I was there when crack came my neighborhood. I was there in 84, 85. I was in junior high school, heading to high school. I was there. So, yeah, damn right. George Bush Sr. and all them allegedly brought all the dope into America, blah, blah, blah. They put them in the black neighborhood. But you know what my brother and I did not do? We did not touch it. We went to work. My brother worked 2 jobs, paying $3.35. That lets you know how long ago this was. And I got on the bus, I walked past the little dudes who was selling dope, selling crack. I thought they was in gang. Yeah, walked past. I don't know. These are guys who my junior high school dudes I rode the elementary school bus with. Walk past them, say what's up, what's up. The bus to go to my after school job. They paid me $3.35. I was dishes, I cleaned table. I was the bus boy. And worked in the dish. What we did the dishes and cleaned the dishes and tables. That's what I did. Instead of selling out my people by selling them poison and then taking advantage of the women in my community when you sold them dope and they got hooked, you start sexually exploiting them, drug dealing bastards, and you nephew of Satan. So don't y'all tell me about who put it in there, because I was poor like them. I was on food stamps. We got the welfare checks, and it was and that last week of the month was tough. Thank God my mother and grandma they would save a pack of pinto beans and enough self-rising flour, self-rising meal, enough sugar, and had an egg or two left. And we had some beans that carried us over to about the third or the fourth when the welfare check came. Because after that, the food stamps came. See, I know the schedule. Yeah, so we was poor too, but it never caused me to develop a hatred for my neighbor. I never stole anything from my neighbor next door on my street or anywhere. I never robbed my people. So that kind of bullshit, I don't go ahead on, man. You made a choice to sell our own race to get you $1. And then thought that made you be a big man or a big person in the community, which you did, because no folks follow the money. So yeah, so spare me about the history. You know who dropped it over there? Just like I got my ass on the bus and went for my $3.35 and got my school clothes, got whatever I wanted to get. Those little lazy bastards could have done the same thing because they live right up next door to me or up the street from me or in the same neighborhood. They could have done the same thing. Just like those of you who decided during that time not to sell crack, not to sell drugs. That I know those people lived in your neighborhood, those who decided to do it. So don't listen to all that foolishness, that garbage, because it is a choice. So what motivated my choice not to get involved in street foolishness, because I didn't want to embarrass my mother. I don't want to embarrass my grandmother. But they don't care about it. But that's a whole nother topic. I just wanted to veer off on that. And so let me get to this. Because I can talk about the whole Trump thing all day long. Good morning. What's that, Drika? Good morning. I whole Trump thing all day long. There's a lot to talk about. And for me, I'm going to enjoy these next 4 years. While everybody else, while y'all allow these politicians, these Democratic politicians who are out of job, who are out of work, to push this doom and gloom. Let's say you and me both. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Look, because when Biden Harris is president, when Clinton was president, I was 96. I think I was in college. Yeah, I was in college then. I wasn't studying Bill Clinton. But one thing we all have to do is get up and go to work. That's what we're supposed to do every day. So Drika says it's going to be a good 4 years. I believe so too. Because when he was president 16 to 2020, it was a good 4 years. No war, no wars, gas price was low. You could get an apartment, you can buy a house at low interest, all that. So they act like none of that happened. But you're gonna let no ugly ass Joy Reid tell doom and gloom. Y'all gonna let CNN tell y'all doom and gloom. What's you say, Drika could afford food? Yeah. So I don't have a pessimistic view of the next 4 years. And those of you who, let me tell you somehow disingenuous a lot of us are. There are a lot of you who are doing extremely well, and y'all pushing this pessimistic view on people who, as well as you are economically. I let you know, a lot of us are full of shit. Some of you got your nice homes, your cars, all races. We had 45, 46 goddamn, including the biracial, who look past black folks. All of a sudden, he's the racist? I can't take you seriously. I just can't. And so hopefully these next 4 years, because I've been hearing people now all of a sudden, no, we need to unify. We need to get together. Now you want to unify? You should have unified 4 years, these past 4 years, when they were trying to stick men in your daughter's goddamn bathrooms. When they were trying to stick men with mustaches and wigs in your daughter's sports. Now you want to unify? Y'all get out of here, man. Y'all play too much. Y'all play too much. When you couldn't buy no damn food, you had to have 3 times the rent, and the rent is $1,500 for a damn apartment, 600 square feet, one bedroom. Now you can't define what a woman is, and stupid crap. Yeah, you weren't allowed to properly define a woman in the last 4 years. Come on, black community. Now you want to unify under the so-called hatred of Trump. I'm sorry, my brain is too vast for that. I and the black scholars and many others have been trying to get black folks to unify under our blackness for the past since 1965. Again, those gatekeepers, they don't want black unity because black unity brings black intelligence economically and politically. We start thinking, well, who best serves our interests? See, if we get together unified as a black community, those black Democrats can be out of work. And with this last election, it was just a few who decided not to vote Democrat, and their world was shattered. So if y'all want to really unify as black people, I'm for it. But we're not gonna get together and have a cuss out Trump fest that's ignorant. He's president of the United States. Let me say something else that's real stupid. Y'all have been hate Trump so much that you want America to fail as a whole country. You wishing all the bad luck. When you wish bad luck on him, you wishing bad luck on your damn self, dumbass, unless you finna move. And I don't think none of you finna move. So it's just stupid. Please become mature in these next 4 years, black America. But under the guidance, under the political arm of these liberal politics, we become so lazy that we become retarded. Have to stop it. And y'all, D.L. Hughley and the rest of them that's part on everything that Trump did this. I'm ignoring all that shit because I got something to do the next 4 years. And I'm encourage other masculine, heterosexual, masculine black men to do the same. Don't listen to these pessimistic women, and don't pay attention to these simp-ass men out here with plenty of money in their pocket, but they still want to talk, I'd say, neck about the current administration. Don't fool with them. We're moving forward. We're getting away. Y'all go on and be victims the next 4 years. I'm not. And still crying about lost election. And I hope that the new voting prowess of black America continues in these local elections. See a vast change, I'm telling you. If you don't believe me, let's see this. And wherever you're from, you got suburbs. How come they don't have the same problem in those, I guess, majority white suburbs that they have in these majority black urban cities? What is it that they're doing that the black leadership in these urban cities can't do? I just keep asking that question. Because Memphis, my hometown, is no, even though reports have come out that crime is decreasing, good. A lot of times thanks to the threat of the Republican state representatives there. Because the Democratic leadership act like they couldn't do nothing about the crime. And they know who the criminals were. They look like them. Not all many. And we're going to start addressing issues in the black community that has crippled us since 1965. And a lot of folks are going to be called out who participating in the crippling of black America. See, we got racism, white supremacy on lock. We understand who they are, right? Or what it is systematic. But see, I continue to ask the question, what is our behavior? Or why is our behavior so inappropriate under racism, white supremacy? So you can have the racism. How come we're not acting accordingly? If you believe that you're under racism, white supremacy, or racism is there, why aren't we acting like it? Why aren't our HBCUs just got waiting lines at all 100 of them? We got 47 million black folks. We only have 247,000 black kids, give or take a few, that attend these 100 HBCUs. But 2.9 million black kids attend PWIs. I'm just telling you how. But we will talk about racism. See, a lot of stuff we can do to make life less rough for us, I guess, in the country. We don't. We do a whole lot of shooting ourselves in the foot. We don't support our own businesses like we should. We don't send our kids to HBCUs. We don't fight to an institution where our kids can be educated properly. I'm telling you, after 1965, we just went bread. You had 2 sets of black Greeks and black gays combined raised, let's see, 1.52, about $3 million for Kamala Harris. But those same black Greeks and black gays can't come together to raise $3 million to create institutes or schools that properly educate African American kids in this country. Y'all saw it, like I saw it. So don't make me the villain because I pointed out what we all saw. See how powerful we can be when it's benefiting somebody else? It's amazing to watch this. I'm like, damn, I'm not talking about this shit anymore. I'm finna move on. I'm gonna move on to other stuff that we can do because the foolishness is real. So we got these folks running around here crying about being broke. That Cam Newton. Cam Newton, he's on this reality show, and I got 8 kids, and since it's been 3 years since I've been in the NFL, those checks are not coming like they used to, and I haven't been able to provide for my kids. I used to feel like Superman, but now I can't provide for those 8 kids by them 2, 3 different baby mamas that I accumulated. Cam Newton, if you don't shut the fuck up, first of all, why don't you dress like an adult man sometimes? Yeah, the same Cam Newton that was stood up and simped nationally for this little harlot at ESPN Sports or Fox Sports 1. This little, all because she was mixed. Had big tatas. Cam Newton acted a damn fool about this little chick. And so, you out here crying. Now, you done all that. Talking about you not making enough money for these 8 kids. Let me tell you something, Cam Newton, and anybody else stupid shit like this. Your issue is not that you're not making enough money. Your issue is sexual discipline. That's your issue. Now, isn't it interesting? His mother's an educator, his father's a preacher, and he acts so savage in society. But y'all know preachers' kids have always been the worst ones, right? In our neighborhoods growing up, the little preacher kid, they were the best dealers. The preacher's kid, shit, the preacher daughter Lord Jesus. Whew. The window to her bedroom stayed up, and it was open for all comers, no pun intended, but a bow. But yeah, whew, that's what I'm saying. When they trying to buck their parents or pretend or trying to not be like their parents, boy, woo, these preachers' kids, man, out of control. But anyway, so Cam Newton get his silly behind again. Dress like a grown man. Stop dressing like the the Wizard of Oz, meaning the old HBO TV series, Oz. Stop dressing like some kind of I don't know, this weirdo. You too damn tall. You too big for that kind of, as they say, wardrobe carrying on. But I understand when y'all up in that agenda, y'all have to do what y'all need to do. And so, but Cam Newton, yeah, you had 100 million, your agents and managers and all that probably and the IRS took a nice look, but you still had way more money than the average Tyrone who got 3 baby mamas and 6 kids, and he probably working at the post office, or he working overnight at FedEx. He doing what he to do, and you crying because you a millionaire. You can't buy all your kids Ferraris. This just me talking. That's what you crying about, man. If you don't close your damn mouth, might need to close your legs and start investing in condoms. Then you had the nerve to say on Shannon Sharp, you want more kids? See, that's mental illness. And I want to say this to all you men who got all these multiple kids by multiple women. Shut the fuck up about child support until you go seek therapy. Seek therapy to understand why your penis was used as your pathway to manhood. What happened to the kid? Where's your self-esteem? Where's your self-respect? And most importantly, where is your love for kids? See, people try hard on folks like me and hundreds of thousands of others who don't have any children. Wow, that's selfish. Why don't you have no kids? Because we actually care about kids. The people who run around here and just have kids all willy-nilly, you don't have no money, you don't have no roof, no transportation, barely any food, and you bring kids here, those are people who don't like kids. They had kids for them. They ain't had the kids like you're supposed to have the Lord. They didn't reproduce and multiply and be fruitful and multiply under a covenant of marriage and a stable home. They did it for one night. They did it out of one night stands, trying to get some money from somebody. That's how they created their kids. And so these selfish beings, and the women, they're not very bright either. They're not very bright either. You know Sierra, he had 3 mamas before you volunteered to get in that line. And anybody had kids with Nick Cannon and Cam Newton, knowing that he got other baby mamas, but you stood in line for your child to grow up with mental issues? Get out of here. I want to hear that shit. Then black folks, or maybe it's American, I'm talking to us. How come you take care of kids? I obviously don't understand what human development is. You have to parent children. You have to raise them. So yeah, you can throw all the money at a kid, but your presence isn't there. These Negro males out here we got all these children in 4 different households. I take care of all my kids. Shut the fuck up. You're an idiot. And also you're disrespectful to the natural order of things. And you're a lazy bum who has no sexual discipline. You don't give it. Because all that multiplying with different women is not about no damn children. It's about your ego, your pride, and your low-ass self-esteem and low self-worth. It's the weirdest behavior. I understand you and your wife get together, or you and a woman, you in a committed relationship, y'all under a household. Y'all Negroes go and just stick raw penis anywhere and create these children who's going to grow up to have problems. Children need not their parent. They need their parents. The creator intended it to be mother and father, masculine, feminine, emotional, logical. 2 people there to support this being. But you need around here, Cam Newton and others, because you feel less than. You say, well, I can't do nothing else but have kids. And then the women who stand in line to give y'all kids, they're just as broken as you are. Sick. And Cam Newton, don't you ever get your ass on TV talking about being broke. And you still, being on that reality show, you got a check for whatever 6 weeks or 8 weeks is on that damn show. Now, of course, they recorded the show a while back. Every week you're on that show, you get a check in the thousands. And then you got your podcast with ESPN. You're still making thousands weekly. Don't listen to these damn celebrities. They're ignorant. Don't pay attention to them. So, but anyway, and I'll probably do more, have more conversations about men and our behaviors. Because and the black community. Because let me tell y'all something. I spent all my youth, I yelled cracker, devil, hunky, all that. I did it for years. Then something hit me. I said, you know what? I brought out all the facts about racism, white supremacy, about who named everybody who was a part of it, did all of that. Didn't change a thing. It didn't change their behavior. But then I started looking at it. I said, okay, we point all this out, but black people don't change their behavior. When I was at home, I talked about the crooked preachers and politicians. And as soon as that crooked preacher politician showed up, Negroes showed up in droves. Said, hey, and gave them money. I said, wait a minute, I think I'm doing something wrong here. And so they're not really concerned about racism and white supremacy like that, except when the black politicians want to use it as a way of getting them all riled up emotionally to get votes. Don't nobody give a shit about that. About black people's suffering under racism. They're multiculturalists. They're intersectionalists now. They're DEI. And all these politicians, they're talking about racism, and all these black celebrities that talk about racism, all of them sent to private white schools, elementary, junior high school, and they send them to PWI. Now, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say all, but the mass majority of them live in majority white suburbs under Republican representation. Their kids go to private schools, and then they send them to PWIs. Y'all pay attention to when these Negroes are talking. But anyway, I digress. I think an hour and 8 minutes is enough. It's definitely something, it's a trip. But anyway, shout out to those of you who logged on to say hi to me this morning, and those of you who will share and subscribe here on YouTube. Facebook kicked me out 30 minutes ago, y'all. Yeah, and so that's why I'm talking to y'all directly. But please be sure to share this video. my YouTube video and like and please subscribe. My last video garnered me quite a few new subscribers. We're almost at 800 and the goal is 1200. And with that, hopefully I'll make the standards to, boom, be able to, get this thing monetized. Let's do this. Drika says, but it's supposed to be free speech on Facebook. Oh no, they shut my ass down. So it's still up, but I'm whatever this video is done. Yeah, they shut on Facebook. So it's logging on here too, but I'm still here. It's lagging. Okay. Oh, so it's lagging? Wow. Damn, I might have to give me a new YouTube channel too. But anyway, y'all be cool. Thank y'all so much. Top of the morning to you and have a great Friday. I got some errands I need to run, but I think I'm gonna try to get on more because this did a lot for usually. And my whole thing about when I get on YouTube and make a video, I have to feel like it, and I have to be in the mood to talk to you. And I think as it relates to the business aspect of it, I should more content on here. I'll have more conversations with you as we dredge toward our goal of 1200 so we can get monetized. And I want to turn this into a podcast where I can actually talk to you. There's more of us out here, Rico, that are interested in what you have to say. Thank you. I appreciate it, huh? And I try to be balanced, but I'm just gonna tell it. You know how folks you say, God put this on my heart to tell you. And that's how I like to think I come across. I'm just telling you, meaning what we all see. And then we pretend not to know when it's convenient for us. And I don't like that behavior in my community, in my race. I don't like that in Black America. Cut out the foolishness. And in closing, when I mention us even inappropriately, I'll say it again. It's two videos. I'm just gonna say two videos on YouTube by Dr. Clausen. One is entitled Inappropriate Behavior. The other one is entitled Exceptional People. Take time out to look at both of those videos. I'm telling you, y'all be coming on this side of expanding or going back to the understanding we used to have before 1999. And if you like what you heard or you cool with your boy on this YouTube channel, the cash out $ Rico Rivers, RICO Rivers as embodied MSW, Rico Rivers MSW. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll talk to you all again. But I think this time it's just gonna be me and Instagram because Facebook is out of there. Y'all be cool. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.